this week's best MMA bets. We're talking UFC Vegas 74. I'm going to give you guys my most confident picks, favorite underdogs, the lock of the week. We'll talk prop/value bets and then finish it out with the parlays. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Last card, UFC Vegas 73. The picks were incredible, 10-2. But what happens? Underdog lock. Michael Johnson gets laid to waste. Oh my God, what the fuck, man? Michael Johnson just got chinned with one fucking overhand. I'm walking out, bro. I'm walking the fuck out. How the fuck does fucking Diego Jiu-Jitsu Pereira sleep Michael Johnson with one overhand? Holy shit. What the fuck just happened, bro? So that absolutely sucked. But I'm looking to bring it back and get a streak going starting this weekend. Let's first jump into the most confident pick section. With this section, I'm going to give you two of my favorites on the card that I really think are going to win. They're definitely solid parlay additions and maybe money lines for some of you. So first, let's bring up Willie Cat, Daniel Santos, and I also got Tim Elliott. We'll first talk Willie Cat. I'm a Willie Cat fan first and foremost. I love the ferocious style that he brings with the striking, slick jiu-jitsu game, freak athlete, a guy who trains with Diego Lima. Also note something, right? Incredible heart. Shown that he can come back from horrible circumstances like the John Castaneda fight. Even when Willie Cat came into the UFC and fought Julio Arce, I thought he had a chance in that fight. Unfortunately, he didn't win. Now, fighting a Johnny Munoz Jr., I see him as way more dangerous. I think he's a lot better with the striking. I would say the wrestling is fairly competitive, but I feel like Willie Cat's slicker with the jiu-jitsu game. I got Willie Cat winning the fight. I feel as though he's going to get it done inside of the distance. I definitely see his hands as a big factor in winning this fight here. I want to bring up some of the props. So Willie Cat to win this via KO is plus 155. The real money is on the sub line. It's at plus 850. If you watched the money line last night, Mike Finch, he's on sub, and I threw down a little something on a plus 1,000 win by sub prop for Willie Cat. I do think there's a chance. Right now, the line has dropped a bit at plus 850, but it's still incredible value. I think he could do it in that method. Now, inside of the distance would be where my most confident call lies. That's minus 105. You could chase the value side looking for a near plus 1,000 sub prop. But inside distance at minus 105 is what I see as, your safer play. Minus 220 money line, a little bit on the wider side if you're looking to attack straight bets. But it is definitely a parlay piece, and I feel like this fight is going to be a violent battle, and someone's getting finished. Under 2.5 is minus 170. Willie Cat, Daniel Santos, very confident pick, and I'm so excited to see him fight. Now, next one, it's Tim Elliott. I threw down on Tim Elliott money line when I did those early predictions now, more than 10 days ago. I feel like he is a really rough stylistic matchup for Altamirano. I feel like he's going to be too unorthodox on the feet. Altamirano's got some decent hands, but not crazy knockout power. And Tim Elliott, always super durable. I feel like he's going to have a wrestling edge. I think he has an edge in the clinch. I think he's going to be tricky on the feet. And I feel like he's going to be ripping big shots on Victor Altamirano while also bringing that awkward pressure and bringing a bit of a wrestling attack. I don't see Altamirano having a ton of space in this fight. I don't think he's going to be able to really land any huge, significant shots that hurt a Tim Elliott. I think it's Elliott using his veteran savvy skill set. I mean, he beat Tagir Ulanbekov last time out. This is a bit stepped down as far as competition goes. Ulanbekov is a savage Dagestani prospect. Altamirano's a tough cat, but this is a guy Tim Elliott should beat. Is minus 175 a bad tag? I don't think so. I think that's a really good tag. I think Tim Elliott, I thought would be more like minus 250. So it's close money here. Now, as far as Tim Elliott's method of victories, I'm not crazy about propping it up. I think the money line is your best bet. I do see this fight going long. The over 2.5 sits at minus 270. I mean, I will bring up Elliott to win by decision is plus 100, but not really loving that prop bet. Though I do think he gets it done by a decision. At plus 100, the value's not calling my name as far as the plus side. But likelihood of it happening, I feel like Tim Elliott is highly likely going to win a decision. Maybe plus 100 would actually be a smart play for winning by decision. I might have to end up playing that prop. I'll give it a little bit more of a thumbs up than what I was thinking previously to, starting the video off. But Tim Elliott to win, very confident pick. You'll see his name coming up in a parlay. And we could see the line maybe shift a bit. When I played it, it was a little bit closer. It's minus 175 now. I think it was around minus 150. Tim Elliott for the win. I think he's going to do it. I'm confident that he does. I like these two high confidence favorite picks, and I'm even more excited, though, to talk some favorite underdogs. Let's get some plus money. The first of the favorite dogs, Muin Gafarov, plus 106 as an underdog. He's fighting John Castaneda. I feel like the combat sambo savagery. I think that the grappling skills are going to be on display here. Castaneda can wrestle, but I feel like Gafarov could really bring the pressure to him. And also, even though he's a bit wide with his stand-up, he sets up his shots fairly well, and he's kind of precise. And I think that pressuring a Castaneda, making him go back, it's going to be hard for Castaneda to do a lot here. I think in the wrestling department, advantage Gafarov. In the jiu-jitsu department, grappling rather, I would say Gafarov has the edge. In the striking, Castaneda can definitely mix it up with his hands, but I don't think he's significantly better than a Muin Gafarov. And with those other two serious threats, I think that you're going to see Castaneda forced to back up, maybe even be a bit gun-shy on the feet, with Gafarov bringing crazy pressure and doing what he normally does. Expect a better Gafarov than we saw against Chad and Helliger. I expect Gafarov to win his debut, yes, on short notice. I think he's coming out with a vengeance here. I like the plus money side. We're looking at plus 106 for Muin Gafarov. I do think he's a tremendous underdog and one that, personally, I'm going to throw a little something down on. He's not the dog lock, but he's a very good play. Now, the next confident dog, I would say, it's a dog pick, but it's really not one of my favorite bets because there's a lot of red flags on it. It's the Pitbull Andrei Arlovski, who's plus 119 as a dog against Dontel Mays. He should be way better than Dontel Mays, technically speaking. I think he's also better on the floor, but Dontel Mays is still a 6'6" heavyweight who's younger than Arlovski by a lot. And if he punches you, he can do damage. But Dontel Mays is not that great at landing big punches. He doesn't have knockout power. Nick Rennie doesn't have knockout power. I don't want to say that he doesn't because, he can still punch you in the face and knock you out. But I wouldn't consider Dontel Mays a big puncher. He is a menacing presence as far as his frame, but actual striking skill, ground skill, he's a, back-end tier heavyweight. And if Andrei Arlovski can't beat a Dontel Mays, it is probably time to consider calling it. Because Arlovski's beaten better guys than a Dontel Mays. I feel like Arlovski edges out a decision, maybe even looks for some trips in the clinch and gets this thing to the floor and shows off a little bit of the Pitbull ground and pound, which I'd like to see. But Arlovski is not the greatest underdog bet ever. He's plus 119, so you're getting the plus money side. He should win the fight. If I'm picking between these two, there's more confidence on Gafarov. He's a prospect on the come up versus a guy at 44 holding on to any inch that he's got, and he's on his way out realistically. Still a pick. Still think he's going to win. It would be a lighter dog play. If you're looking to throw down on Pitbull, Andrei Arlovski, I think you guys go lighter. But I like these two dogs a lot. It's Pitbull Arlovski and it's Muin Gafarov. Those are two of my favorite underdogs. But now it's time for the lock of the week.
Abubakar Nurmagomedov.
Abubakar Nurmagomedov to get it done against Elizeu Zaleski. Listen, I think Abubakar is going to pressure with striking and land takedowns. Zaleski's a dangerous kickboxer, but he's definitely on the back end of his prime. I don't see him as dangerous and explosive as he once was. I feel like he's going to struggle in the wrestling department with Team Dagestan. I know Abubakar is, I would say, considered maybe more the, lesser Dagestani fighters. He's not in that upper echelon, but it's a Nurmagomedov name. You got even money now. It's minus 110 on both sides, but I played it at plus 110. So technically for me, it's a dog lock. For some of you guys out there, you might be getting an even money lock, but I still believe that Nurmagomedov has a very good chance to win this fight. I feel confident that he beats Zaleski. I feel like career trajectories going in different directions. I see improvement from Abubakar Nurmagomedov. Zaleski holding on to the skill set. And I feel like he's going to be taken down. What's going to happen when he's on his back? Yes, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but you got Team Dagestan on top. I think Abubakar is able to dominate position from top, mix in a bit of ground and pound in the striking. I think it's competitive. I don't think Zaleski is significantly better on the feet. Might be a heavier puncher, but it's going to be hard to land on Abubakar when he's threatening with wrestling every time you open up to throw heavy strikes. So I'm going Abubakar. For me, underdog lock. Even money now. And I think the money line is the A side. Just straight play it. That's where my biggest confidence is. I think that's better off than trying to go and chase these props. I do think, though, decision. Plus 120, Nurmagomedov decision. Probably him getting it done on the cards. It's minus 210 for that over 2.5. But the money line side is where the confidence lies. That's what's the lock here. So if you're looking to throw down, it's even money now. I've seen Abubakar spread as even a little bit of a favorite. And then obviously I got him at that plus 110 tag, which I'm happy about that I attacked that line early. Abubakar Nurmagomedov, lock of the week. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about props / value bets. I'll tell you guys, I'm not crazy about a ton of these, but I feel Elise Reed has a very good chance to win her fight. She's minus 120, and I want to mention the over 2.5 here that sits at minus 260. I believe that could be something that you throw in maybe to a parlay, maybe the Elise Reed money line side in a parlay, or even the over 2.5. That's what I'm seeing for this fight here. Now, looking at Jamie Malarkey, I think he's going to win his fight against Mohammed John Naimov, but he's a minus 385 favorite. It was a lot wider. It was in that minus 500 range. 385, still a wide-ass tag, but a lot more playable than playing at minus 500. But again, it's a parlay piece more than anything here. I feel like Alex Caceres at minus 175 also gets it done, but not in the most confident pick section, but still feel pretty solid about that pick. These fights are going to be really good this week, and I actually think we got one of those A1 sleeper cards, and I can't wait to be live for it. So make sure you guys tune into the Fight Companion, and let's get into the parlays, the fame section, the most favorite section of us all. Now, for me, I'm going to parlay up the highest of confidence. I'm going to go Tim Elliott with Willie Cat in a parlay, and that gives me plus 138. I feel pretty good about that for now. I'm going to leave out the underdog or even money lock, rather. I'll put in Gafarov. These three at plus 400, I think this is an A1 play. If you're also feeling the Elise Reed over 2.5, which for some reason it's not listed here, but it's in that minus 250 range. Let's see. Do we got a minus 250 I can quickly add in? Let's just add in this. It'll be around the plus 600 range if you have the over 2.5 for the Elise Reed fight in, which is a fucking crazy good tag. I'll take Gafarov out for a moment, and then let's add in Abubakar Nurmagomedov plus 355. And if you also loaded this slate up and you threw Gafarov in with him, now you got plus 855. And shit, if you wanted to add in the Elise Reed side, it's around plus 1200. Damn, there's some solid parlays to play. I feel like I want to stay on the safer side, and probably if I play the main event, it's going to be a live bet. I'm picking Kai Kara France, but I recognize Albazi's a very dangerous fight on the opposite side. With Jared Gordon, I've talked about it throughout the week. I want to wait until I see him on the scales, though he said that he only had a mild concussion in media day interview. So I guess that should be a positive thing to take away. I feel like we got a solid-ass parlay right here, though. A lot of fighters in it. 4-fighter play, but you got a plus money line, an even money line, and 2 high confidence favorites. I see this thing coming through. I think this will end up being a home run hitter. And if you also like Luan Lacerda, I do believe he's going to win, bringing in that plus 1,500 range, which would be huge. I could see that as an A1 play too. But be intelligent with your parlays, guys. Keep them on the safer side. Don't go fucking overly ballistic, but you can definitely find some high-level plus money for these plays. Guys, another episode of this week's best MMA bets in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know what your lock of the week is in the comments. And if you got nothing to say in those comments, as always, drop a W in the chat for your boy to boost the algorithm. Much love to the people watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Continuing the content all week, so make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and smash those likes too. Much love, guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.